A thread so thin you can barely see it can stop something moving at highway speed. That sounds impossible, but it's true. Somewhere in the world right now, a spider is producing a material that has scientists, engineers, and even the military scratching their heads. Welcome to Fact Harbor, where the strangest facts hide the biggest secrets. The crazy part? People keep saying spider silk is stronger than steel. But is that actually true? Or is it one of those facts that sounds impressive until you look closer? The answer is much stranger than you think. Think about the last time you walked through a spider web. You probably wiped it away without a second thought, and definitely not like some miracle material. After all, a web can be destroyed by a broom, a bird, or an unlucky face walking through the garden at the wrong moment. So why do researchers spend years trying to recreate it? Here's the mystery. A spider creates silk using nothing more than its own body, room temperature chemistry, and a diet mostly consisting of bugs. No giant factory, no blast furnace, no massive industrial process. Yet the result is something that modern technology still struggles to copy. And if it's really that amazing, why aren't we building everything out of it already? Hold on to that question, because the answer changes everything. Most people hear the phrase stronger than steel and imagine spider silk behaving like metal cables. The assumption is simple. If silk is stronger, then it should easily outperform steel in every situation. That sounds reasonable. Steel holds up bridges. Steel supports skyscrapers. Steel survives incredible forces every day. A spiderweb, meanwhile, looks like something that could lose a fight against a light breeze. So people usually end up in one of two camps. Either they believe spider silk is magical, a super material, or they assume the whole claim is exaggerated internet trivia. But both groups are missing a critical detail. The comparison itself hides a secret. And once you understand that secret, the famous stronger than steel claim suddenly makes much more sense. The trick is that scientists are not comparing a thick steel beam to a single strand of silk. They're comparing materials by weight and size. Imagine two fibers with exactly the same thickness. One is steel, the other is spider silk. Under those conditions, some types of spider silk can absorb enormous amounts of energy before breaking. But raw strength isn't even the most impressive part. Spider silk can stretch dramatically without snapping. Steel is strong, but it doesn't like being stretched too far, past its limit, and it fails. Spider silk behaves differently. It combines strength with flexibility, which is an extremely rare combination. And that leads to an even bigger question. What exactly is hiding inside those tiny strands? The secret isn't just strength, it's structure. Spider silk is built from proteins arranged in a remarkably clever way. Inside the silk are tiny crystalline regions without instantly breaking. Think of it like nature combining the best qualities of a suspension bridge and a bungee cord into a single thread. When an insect slams into a web at high speed, the silk doesn't simply resist the impact. It spreads the energy throughout the web. The strands stretch, absorb the force, and reduce the chance of catastrophic failure. You've probably never noticed this, but a web isn't just a trap. It's an energy management system. And here's the part that really surprised scientists. Spiders manufacture this extraordinary material using water-based processes under ordinary conditions. Humans often need intense heat, pressure, and massive amounts of energy to create advanced materials. Spiders do it before breakfast. But wait, the biggest surprise. Even though spider silk is incredible, spiders themselves are terrible factory workers. A single spider produces only tiny amounts of silk. Worse, many spiders become aggressive or even cannibalistic when packed together. Imagine trying to run a silk farm, where the workers keep eating each other. That's why scientists aren't collecting silk from giant spider ranches. Instead, researchers have tried engineering bacteria, yeast, plants, and even goats to produce silk proteins. Yes, goats. The goal is to unlock nature's recipe and manufacture silk on a useful scale. After decades of effort, we're still chasing a process that spiders perfected millions of years ago. And that raises one final question. What if the real story isn't about spider silk at all? What if it's about how often nature solves engineering problems long before humans even recognize them? To super strong materials, some of our greatest innovations began by copying designs that already existed in the natural world. Spider silk, a spider web sparkling in the sunlight. Take a closer look. You're not looking at a fragile little trap. You're looking at one of the most sophisticated materials ever created. And the strangest part? The creature that makes it weighs less than a paperclip.